Imagine a world where temperatures drop to extreme levels, where the biting wind blows relentlessly, and where survival is a daily challenge. In this harsh environment, a small and cunning predator roams the vast snowy expanses in search of food. We are talking about the incredible Arctic fox, one of the most well-adapted animals to the planet's harshest conditions. But how does this animal survive in one of the coldest places on Earth? How does it manage to find food in such a hostile environment? Stay until the end of this video, because the story of the Arctic fox is full of surprises and impressive adaptations that will leave you speechless. The first thing that stands out about the Arctic fox is its fur. In winter, it boasts a pristine white coat that, besides being extremely beautiful, serves an essential purpose: camouflage. In an environment where everything around is covered in snow, the fox needs to blend in to escape predators like polar bears and wolves, as well as to become a stealthy hunter. But the most remarkable thing is that this fur changes with the seasons. In summer, when the snow melts and the exposed ground reveals shades of brown and gray, its coat also changes to adapt to the new environment. It's as if the fox changes outfits to stay invisible. But the Arctic fox's fur is not just for camouflage. It is the key to its survival in extreme cold. Its dense fur acts as a highly efficient thermal insulator, keeping its body warm even when temperatures drop to -50 degrees Celsius, -58 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's not all. Its paws are covered with thick fur that works like real snow boots, protecting them from the freezing ground. Now, have you ever wondered how such a small animal manages to find food in an environment where almost nothing grows? The answer lies in its incredible hearing. The Arctic fox can hear small rodents moving beneath the snow. It can detect even the slightest sounds, and when it locates prey, it leaps into the air and dives headfirst into the snow to capture it. This technique is so effective that the fox rarely misses its target. But its diet is not limited to rodents. It also eats birds, eggs, fish, and even carcasses of larger animals left behind by predators like the polar bear. Speaking of survival, one of the biggest challenges in the Arctic is finding enough food. That's why the Arctic fox is an expert at storing fat for times of scarcity. During the more abundant months, it eats as much as possible, accumulating a layer of fat that serves as an energy reserve. Additionally, it has the habit of burying food to eat later. This means that even when everything seems to be against it, the fox always finds a way to get by. Another fascinating trait of the Arctic fox is its ability to travel long distances. Studies have shown that these animals can travel over 3,000 kilometers in search of food. That's the equivalent of crossing an entire continent. This migratory behavior is essential for its survival, as it allows the fox to seek food sources in different seasons of the year. But how do these animals handle the challenges of reproduction in such a harsh environment? Unlike many predators, Arctic foxes are extremely dedicated to raising their young. During spring, when the temperature rises slightly, pairs form and begin building their dens, which can have dozens of entrances and be used for multiple generations. Females give birth to between 5 and 15 pups, an impressive number for a mammal of this size. Since the environment is unforgiving, both the male and female take turns ensuring food for the pups, which need to grow quickly to survive the next winter. And here's a curious fact that few people know. The Arctic fox is one of the few species that can survive solely by eating trash left by humans in remote regions. This shows how adaptable and intelligent this animal is. However, at the same time, it raises a serious concern about the impact of human activity in the Arctic. The melting ice, caused by global warming, is reducing the Arctic fox's natural habitat and making its search for food more difficult. Additionally, The rising population of red foxes, which are larger and more aggressive, has become a direct threat to this species. Because of this, scientists and conservationists have been studying ways to protect the Arctic fox and ensure that it continues to thrive in this extreme environment. Some initiatives include the creation of nature reserves and conservation programs to monitor populations and better understand their habits. The good news is that despite these challenges, the Arctic fox continues to amaze with its incredible ability to adapt. The Arctic fox also has a unique way of communicating with others of its species. They use a combination of vocalizations, body language, and even scent markings to interact. When they feel threatened, they can emit short, high-pitched barks to alert other group members. Between mates or mothers and pups, it's common to observe gentler behavior, with subtle touches and soft vocalizations to strengthen family bonds. This efficient communication helps the fox stay connected in an environment where cooperation can mean the difference between life and death. Another fascinating detail about this animal is its ability to adapt to different climatic conditions. Although it is known as an Arctic inhabitant, the fox can also be found in more temperate regions, where its characteristics adjust to the environment. This behavior demonstrates how evolution has shaped this species to withstand drastic changes in its habitat, something crucial in the face of today's environmental threats. And speaking of threats, it's important to remember that the Arctic fox is not only dealing with climate change and natural predators. Illegal hunting and commercial exploitation of its fur are also challenges it must face. In some parts of the world, its fur is highly valued in the fashion industry, leading to a decline in its population in certain areas. Fortunately, various organizations have been working to combat this practice and promote the conservation of the species. With so many incredible traits, it's clear that the Arctic fox is much more than just a beautiful animal of the ice. Its intelligence, resilience, and adaptability make it one of the Arctic's most fascinating predators. And now that you know all these details about this amazing species, how about sharing this knowledge with others? After all, the more we learn about nature, the more we can do to protect it. Now I ask you, did you ever imagine that such a small animal could be so resilient and resourceful? The Arctic fox is a true example of survival and intelligence, proving that even in the most inhospitable places on Earth, nature always finds a way to thrive. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about the incredible animal world, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next content. See you in the next video.